Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday to you. I'm Eric from Cooking with EandV, and thank you for tuning in to another episode. And today, what we're going to be doing is crackling. That's right, crackling. I'm using a pork belly. I'm going to be poaching these or boiling the cracklings in water until the water evaporates and the fat fries the pork belly. In the water, I'm going to be doing Scotch bonnet peppers. These right here. My sister get these sends these from New York for me, and also fresh garlic. I got about 5 cloves here, and along with that, I'm going to be putting a little bit of sea salt in the water. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to set the garlic and the peppers aside for a second. And this is a 4-pound pork belly. So what I'm gonna do, and also when you do this, kind of put it in your freezer a little bit so that'd be easy to cut. I'm gonna cut this in half. That's about half right there. And you also want to make sure you have a sharp knife. I'm gonna set this to the side like that. And I'm gonna cut the other half in half. Set that to the side and cut the other half in half again. This is where we're going to get our cubes at. We're going to cut these in strips like this. Excuse me one second, let me go get a bowl. Okay, now we're going to take it, what we're going to do, and you want your strips to look something like this. We're going to cut these in about roughly 1-inch pieces. I want them to look like that because these are going to shrink while they boil and while they're frying. And they'll come out to be perfect crackling pieces. Once again, you want them to look just like that. Look at all that gorgeous fat. Now, once the water boils out, that lard is going to be left, and that's what the pork belly is going to fry in. It's going to fry in its own fat. I love crackling. Back at home, you know, in the Spanish Harlem or in the bodega, they would call it chicharrones, and that's basically pork skin. Delicious. It may not be very healthy for you, but it's just like eating candy. Just like eating candy. And speaking of candy, I may sweeten some of these up a little bit. I may do a savory and I may do a sweet. That sounds like a good idea. Let me know in the comments below if you ever had some chicharrones, or if you ever had pork skins, fried pork skins, or even if you have made it before. I'd like to know. And how you made it. Alright, so we're on our second half now. And again, we want to cut it in half. Now you can cut with the grain with this, as long as you have a good sharp knife. I don't think it matters. We're gonna cut the second part in half. And cut this in half again. I hope everyone out there is enjoying their morning so far. You're probably just getting up, getting the coffee ready, maybe cooking breakfast, And I hope the weather is fine in your part of the country, wherever you're watching from. And just enjoy your day. Get out. But don't forget, get cooking also. Yeah, get off that couch and get that cooking done. Alright, so almost done. These are cubing up real nice. They're gonna make some good bites of crackling or chicharrones, depending on where you're from. Well, shout out to my family in New York. My mom, my dad, Eunice Jennings, Claude Jennings, my sisters, Karen and Lynn Jennings, my nieces and nephews, my brother-in-law, Roland, Ronald, his brother, all the family. Just want to say hello to everybody. This is going to be great. If y'all haven't tried this recipe or even made crackling before, you know, try it with a small pork belly. You know, don't get a real big one. And see how you like it. I think you'll enjoy it. But like I said, you know, you don't want to eat too much at one time. Now, this is good for you know, if you have company over, parties or whatever, this is great. But this is how they look cubed up. And the peppers, the hot pepper and the garlic is going into the water. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come bring you in a little bit closer to how that process is gonna go. And here's our pot. This is a Dutch oven, heavy cast iron pot. And oh, I'm missing a step, guys. What I want to do first, I want to add the sea salt to this and let this sit a little bit. So we're gonna add probably about maybe 2 tablespoons of sea salt. Remember, sea salt is not that high a salt content than regular table salt. So what I'm gonna do with my clean hands, of course, is toss this around and let this get happy in the salt. And I'm thinking about adding another pepper in there. I think I will. Okay, this is well coated with salt right now. We're gonna let this sit out for about 10 minutes. Let the salt get happy with the pork, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, we're back, and our pork has been getting happy in that salt. Marinating a little bit. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna place our pork belly cubes in our cast iron pot. And as you can see right here, I have a thermometer, pot thermometer, and I want to maintain a temperature of about 200 degrees the whole time. Well, at least until the fat starts to render and the water starts to boil out. I'm going to maintain a temperature of 200 degrees. So I'm just going to put these kind of nestled down in here as much as I could, nice and neat. I'm also going to add some onion powder, maybe about a teaspoon of onion powder. Some Badia. I love this stuff. Badia is a good brand. And now we're also going to add our peppers. And our garlic. And that's going to put a nice flavor in our meat. along with that, we want to add our water. We're just going to bring the water just above the pork. Like so, that's enough. And we want to get all the pork submerged down into the water. Just take your knife or whatever utensil you're using. Just like that. Now, this is an electric stove. So we're gonna start out on 2. And then I'm gonna monitor that and see what the temperature comes up. We're gonna try to maintain 200 degrees. Okay, our pork is at 200 degrees. Yeah, right at 200 degrees. And they're puffing up a little bit. This process has a long way to go. We're going to maintain this 200 degree water for our pork belly, which will eventually turn into our chicharrones or our crackling. And it's going to be beautiful. So stay tuned with me. I'm going to bring you back a little later on. But just enjoy the show, relax, and we'll see you later. Our pork belly squares, soon to be some chicharrones, or if you're down here in the south, pork cracklings. They're looking good. The temperature has been maintaining 200 degrees the whole time, and we've been doing this for about probably an hour and a half. And we're going to continue to let it cook down. Right now you can see the water is turning very oily, greasy, but that's that lard coming out of that pork belly. And eventually that water is going to evaporate out, and it's going to be frying in its own fat. It's going to be delicious. The seasoning is it's well salted. We got our peppers in there, and our salt, our garlic powder, our onion powder, and it's just coming along real good. If you haven't by now, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also share. And make sure you send a comment. Write a comment about these chicharrones, these pork cracklings. Tell me how you think it's coming along. Tell me if you made these before. We love to hear it. We'll bring you back shortly. Alright, we're back. Thank you for tuning back in to Cooking with EandV. And as you can see, our water has totally evaporated out, and now only thing we're working with now is the lard coming off of the pork belly. We're going to continue to keep this at 200 degrees. We're going to cook it very slow, low and slow. And one thing you have to do that I didn't mention earlier, you have to keep stirring this. I did get a little stickage down on the bottom of the pot, but it's all good though. It's going to be eaten up. So we're going to continue to cook, and I'm going to keep an eye on this, a better eye on this, and we'll be right back. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell for upcoming videos that Val and I will be doing. And we'll be back. Okay, these chicharrones have rendered down to where I like them. You hear a little pop in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take them out of the fat. Put them on sheet pan right here, lined with paper towel. Actually, I'm not going to use the paper towel because they will stick to the paper towel, and that's going to be another issue. So I'm just going to throw them right on the sheet pan. And they did break up a little bit, but hey, it's all going in the same place. They're going to be delicious. And the next step I'm going to do, I'm going to let these cool. And then I'm going to clean this pot out. I'm gonna save the oil. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil so these will actually fry. And then we're gonna fry these at 350 degrees. And then once I see them getting nice and happy and brown, I'm gonna bump it up to about 400 degrees. And then they're gonna be done. I just want to take you in a little bit, just show you how they're looking. These things will be crispy and delicious when we get done with them. Hey guys, we're back. I just had a change of plans. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave them on the sheet pan right here, and I'm gonna bake them in the oven, convection mode, at 350 degrees. I don't necessarily have a timetable of when they're getting it done, but I'm gonna just check them periodically. The fat is already rendered out. They're nice and juicy, and the only thing we really need to do, they're really basically cooked. They just need to crisp up. So instead of crisping them up in fat, I'm gonna go ahead and crisp them in the oven because there's already enough fat on here anyway, so they should basically fry inside the oven. And when we get back, I'm gonna do a taste test. I'm gonna invite you to do a taste test with me, and we're gonna see how these cracklings come out. And for our final seasoning, I'm adding Scotch bonnet pepper powder. Now these were the same peppers that I used when I was boiling. You can find this on Amazon. It's made by Shav Out, S-H-A-V-O-U-T. This is a great product, and it makes your food taste really, really good. All right, everyone, we're back, and look who showed up. There's V.
Hey, y'all can't see me, but I'm here.
Our crackling is done. What I did, I put it in the oven for 350 for it was about an hour, and then I took it back out and I put it under the broiler on a low setting for about 10 minutes. And as you can hear, it's crackling. Well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take it out and line it on this paper towel. Then after that, we're gonna go in for a taste test. It smells delicious. Of course, I had to take a sneak peek. It looks great. And also what I did, while it was cooking, I took it out the oven and I poured off some of the fat. And I'm gonna show you what was left in a second. Oh, this looks delicious, y'all. This is good for breakfast, for snacks. You can put this in some cornbread, make some crackling cornbread. My mom was just talking about that a couple minutes ago when she called. It's just delicious. And here we go. Crackling. EandV style. Let's go in for a taste test. I'm gonna get Val to give a taste test for it.
Okay, let me find me a piece. I want me a fatty piece. Okay, I'm gonna go for this piece right here.
Ooh, I can hear that from here.
It's good. Really good. Really, really good. Let me try another piece. Look at this. I'm gonna hold it while Eric is hot. It is really good. He did an excellent job.
Really good.
It's really good.
Would you buy this if you was at a flea market or something like that?
I would. It's not too salty. It's like seasoned just right. It is really good, and it's not overly hard, but it's still crunchy, and it's really, really good. It's It's good.
Cool.
Get me another
Cool.
piece. Mm. 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 Mm.
As soon as you're chewing and enjoying that chicharron, or depending on where you're at, or crackling, you want to take us out? Oh yeah, you finished chewing. we love to see you chew.
Thank you for joining us on Cooking with EandV. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on our videos. We really appreciate your support.
And also hit that notification bell.
Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever a new video is posted. We love y'all. Have a good one.